Good morning, class. Pop quiz. Go Colleges! Dismissed. All others pay attention.
In The Breakfast Club, 1985, what nickname does John Bender, Judd Nelson's character, use to refer to Assistant Principal Vernon throughout the film? A fun fact about The Breakfast Club is that the movie was filmed in an actual high school. The scenes were shot at Maine North High School in DePlana, Illinois, which had closed down in 1981. The empty school provided an authentic setting for the film, and interestingly, the library where much of the action takes place was constructed in the school's gymnasium. The use of a real school contributed to the film's realism and added an extra layer of authenticity to the iconic 80s movie. In War Games, what is the name of the computer game that David Lightman, Matthew Broderick, plays, leading him to inadvertently hack into the military's computer system? A fascinating fact about War Games is that the film had a significant impact on real-world policies. After watching the movie, President Ronald Reagan became concerned about the vulnerability of computer systems to hacking and unauthorized access. This led to a shift in the government's approach to computer security, with the president incorporating discussions about the movie into high-level meetings on national security and defense. War Games played a role in shaping the public perception of cybersecurity and influencing policies to address emerging threats in the digital age. In The Goonies, what is the name of the pirate whose treasure the kids are searching for throughout the film? A fun fact about The Goonies is that the famous pirate ship, the Inferno, was entirely real and constructed for the film. The production team built a full-scale ship named the Inferno, specifically for the movie. After filming, they gifted it to the city of Astoria, Oregon, where the movie was filmed. The ship became a popular tourist attraction and a lasting symbol of the film's impact on the local community. In The Karate Kid, what is the name of the karate move that Mr. Miyagi teaches Daniel as part of his training? A fun fact about The Karate Kid is that Ralph Macchio, who played Daniel LaRusso, was actually 22 years old during the filming of the movie, despite portraying a high school student. This age difference became a running joke among the cast and crew during production, but Macchio's youthful appearance allowed him to convincingly portray the teenage underdog in the classic coming-of-age film. In The Princess Bride, what is the name of the main character, played by Cary Elwes? An interesting fact about The Princess Bride is that the famous line, "Inconceivable," spoken by Vizzini, played by Wallace Shawn, became iconic. However, what makes it even more amusing is that the actor Shawn has mentioned in interviews that he initially didn't fully understand the word inconceivable and had to look it up in the dictionary to grasp its meaning before delivering the line. The irony adds an extra layer of humor to the memorable catchphrase. In Short Circuit, what is the designation given to the military project that created the experimental robots, including the protagonist number 5? A fun fact about Short Circuit is that the robot number 5 was brought to life by a team of puppeteers and animatronics experts, led by designer Eric Allard. The team used a combination of remote control, puppetry, and animatronics to create the endearing and lifelike movements of the robot. The result was a character that captured the hearts of audiences with its expressive and emotive features, showcasing the impressive technological achievements in practical effects during the 1980s. In Ferris Bueller's Day Off, what is the name of the garage attendant who takes possession of Cameron's father's prized 1961 Ferrari? A fun fact about Ferris Bueller's Day Off is that the scene where Ferris catches a baseball at a Cubs game was not originally scripted. Matthew Broderick, who played Ferris, happened to be in attendance during a real game at Wrigley Field. The filmmakers quickly arranged for him to shoot the scene on the spot, adding an unplanned and authentic moment to the film. In Cocoon, directed by Ron Howard, what alien race leaves the mysterious pods in the swimming pool that grant the elderly characters renewed vitality and energy? A fun fact about the movie Cocoon is that the film's swimming pool scenes were shot at the St. Petersburg Pool in Florida. The pool was built specifically for the movie, and after filming was complete, it was converted into a public pool for the local community. The pool became a popular attraction, allowing people to swim in the same location where the characters in Cocoon experienced their rejuvenation. In E.T. the Extraterrestrial, what specific candy does Elliot use to lure E.T. out of hiding? The use of Reese's Pieces in E.T. the Extraterrestrial is a fascinating story. Originally, the filmmakers wanted to use M&Ms for the scene where Elliot lures E.T. However, Mars, the company that makes M&Ms, declined the opportunity to be featured in the film. Instead, Hershey's, the maker of Reese's Pieces, agreed to the idea. The choice turned out to be a brilliant marketing move, as sales of Reese's Pieces soared after the film's release, making it one of the most successful instances of product placement in cinematic history. In Fast Times at Ridgemont High, what iconic character does Sean Penn portray? A fun fact about Fast Times at Ridgemont High is that Sean Penn, who played the laid-back surfer Jeff Spicoli, stayed in character even when the cameras weren't rolling. He would often improvise and interact with the crew in Spicoli's carefree and stoner-like manner, contributing to the authenticity of his performance. Penn's dedication to the character added a unique and memorable dimension to the film. In Gremlins, what is the name of the small town where the story takes place? A fun fact about Gremlins is that the idea for the film originated from a conversation between Steven Spielberg and Chris Columbus. Spielberg shared his desire to create a movie featuring mischievous creatures, and Columbus came up with the concept of cute creatures turning into monsters if not properly cared for. This conversation ultimately led to the creation of Gremlins, a film that blends horror, comedy, and fantasy, and became a classic in the 1980s. In Adventures in Babysitting, what iconic Chicago landmark plays a central role in the film's plot? A fun fact about Adventures in Babysitting is that the film's title was changed in some countries to A Night on the Town. This change was made to avoid confusion with the word babysitting, which may have led some audiences to expect a children's movie rather than the teen-centric adventure comedy that it is. The title change reflected a strategic marketing decision to accurately convey the film's content to a broader audience. In Superman 3, what computer system does Richard Pryor's character, Gus Gorman, manipulate to create synthetic kryptonite? A fun fact about Superman 3 is that Richard Pryor, primarily known for his comedic talents, was cast in a more serious role than his usual comedic performances. The filmmakers decided to include him in the movie to add humor to the story. Despite the film being a departure from the tone of its predecessors, Pryor's performance added a unique and entertaining element to the Superman franchise. In The Money Pit, what is the profession of Walter Fielding, played by Tom Hanks? A fun fact about The Money Pit is that the mansion featured in the film is a real house located in New York. The house, known as the Northway House, was built in 1902 and was used as the primary filming location for the movie. Interestingly, after the film's release, the house gained a reputation as the Money Pit House, and it became a popular tourist attraction. Despite the humorous portrayal of renovations in the film, the real house is not in disrepair and is a private residence. In When Harry Met Sally, what is the name of Sally Albright's best friend, played by Carrie Fisher? A fun fact about When Harry Met Sally is that the famous deli scene where Sally demonstrates a fake orgasm was entirely unscripted. The scene was Meg Ryan's idea, and the reactions of the other customers in the deli were genuine. Director Rob Reiner's mother, Estelle Reiner, delivers the memorable line, "I'll have what she's having," adding an unexpected and iconic element to the film. In A Nightmare on Elm Street, what is the profession of Nancy Thompson's mother, Marge, played by Roni Blackley? A fascinating fact about A Nightmare on Elm Street is that the character Freddy Krueger's iconic glove with razor-sharp blades was inspired by a common childhood fear of creator Wes Craven. Craven was reportedly influenced by a memorable experience as a child when he saw a creepy-looking man outside his window. This fear of a mysterious figure with knives for fingers became the inspiration for one of the most iconic horror movie villains in cinematic history. In Stand By Me, what is the name of the town where the four friends set out on their journey to find the missing boy's body? A fun fact about Stand By Me is that the film is based on a novella titled The Body by Stephen King. The novella is part of King's collection, Different Seasons. The story draws inspiration from King's own experiences growing up in a small town, capturing the nostalgia and camaraderie of childhood friendships. The film adaptation, directed by Rob Reiner, beautifully captures the essence of King's writing and remains a beloved coming-of-age classic. In Explorers, what is the name of the homemade spacecraft built by the main characters, Ben, Wolfgang, and Darren? A fun fact about Explorers is that the film marked the feature film debut of actor Ethan Hawke, who played the character Ben Crandall. Hawke's performance in Explorers launched his successful acting career, and he went on to become a prominent figure in the film industry, known for his roles in various critically acclaimed movies. In Field of Dreams, what baseball legend appears to Ray Kinsella, played by Kevin Costner, and delivers the famous line, "If you build it, he will come." A fascinating fact about Field of Dreams is that the iconic baseball field created for the film in Dyersville, Iowa, became a real-life tourist attraction. After the movie's release, the site, known as the Field of Dreams movie site, attracted fans and visitors from around the world. People would come to see the field, play catch, and experience the magic of the film's setting. The location eventually led to the construction of a full-sized replica of Ray Kinsella's farmhouse, making it a unique destination for fans of the movie and baseball enthusiasts. In Big, what is the name of the toy company where Josh Baskin, played by Tom Hanks, works after he magically transforms into an adult? A fun fact about Big is that the iconic piano scene, where Tom Hanks and Robert Loggia play chopsticks and heart and soul with their feet on a giant floor piano, was entirely improvised. The scene was shot at FAO Schwartz, a famous toy store in New York City, and the two actors spontaneously created the playful and memorable sequence, adding a delightful and unexpected touch to the film.